गुड मॉर्निंग एवरीवन। आज का हमारा टॉपिक है लीगल सर्विस अथॉरिटीज़ एक्ट। पिछले लेक्चर में हम पढ़ चुके हैं लीगल एड का कैसे इवोल्यूशन हुआ और कैसे लीगल सर्विस अथॉरिटीज़ एक्ट 1987 केम इनटू फोर्स। बेसिकली टुडे विल डिस्कस अबाउट द लीगल सर्विस अथॉरिटीज़ एक्ट इन ब्रीफ, what provision it creates, what's its historical background, and who are entitled for free legal aid, and hierarchy of bodies under this act. Firstly, this act was enacted to give statutory base to legal aid programs throughout the country on a uniform pattern. Secondly, this act was enacted to comply with the provisions mentioned under Article 14, that is right to equality, under Article 21 that talks about right to life, and under Article 39A of the Constitution which talks about free legal aid, which was inserted by 42nd Amendment Act. So basically this act was enacted to constitute legal service authorities for providing free and efficient legal service to the weaker section of the society, and to organize lok adalat time to time at state or district level to ensure that the operation of the legal system promotes justice on basis of equal opportunity. So easy access to justice, you can say easy access to justice was the prime motto of the Legal Service Authorities Act. Next is historical background of this act. On 26 September 1980, government appointed a committee under the chairmanship of Honorable P.N. Bhagwati, and this committee was named as Committee for Implementing Legal Aid Scheme. So after certain times, the review of working of this committee was done, and certain deficiency in working of this committee came to fore. So it was realized that there is a need to create legal authorities at national, state or district level for effective monitoring of legal aid programs and schemes throughout the country. Therefore, this act was enacted, which was enforced on 9th of November 1995, and this day is celebrated as National Legal Service Day. 9th November is celebrated as National Legal Service Day. Honorable Mr. Justice R.N. Misra, the Chief Justice of India, played a key role in the enforcement of this act. Now the next topic is who is entitled for free legal service. So section 12 of this act prescribes the criteria for giving legal service to eligible person. So first one is member of scheduled caste, scheduled tribe. Second is victim of human trafficking or forced labor, which is defined under Article 23 of the Constitution. Next is woman or child. Next is mentally ill or disabled person. Next, victim of a mass disaster, ethnic violence, caste atrocity, flood, drought, earthquake or industrial disaster. Industrial workman, person in custody, and custody includes protective custody too, that is under Immoral Traffic Prevention Act, under Juvenile Justice Act or under Mental Health Act. And the next is the person whose annual income is less than as prescribed by the government. So the above mentioned persons are entitled for free legal service under this act. Next topic is hierarchy of bodies created under the act. So earlier we have discussed that this act was enacted to constitute a legal service authorities under this act. So a national wide network has been created under the act for providing legal aid and assistance throughout the country. So National Legal Service Authority is supreme body which is constituted under this act. Basically this authority lay down the policies, principles for making legal service available to all, and it frames most effective and economical schemes for legal services. At the same time, it distributes funds and grants to state legal service authorities and NGOs which are working for implementing legal aid schemes and program. Next is State Legal Service Authority, which is subordinate to National Legal Service Authority. It is constituted to give effect to the policies and directions which are laid down by National Legal Service Authority, and to conduct Lok Adalat in the state for settlement of dispute outside the court. State Legal Service Authority is headed by Patron-in-Chief, who is Chief Justice of the High Court, and a serving or retired judge of the High Court is nominated as its executive chairman. Now the next is District Legal Service Authority, which is subordinate to State Legal Service Authority. This authority is constituted in every district for implementing legal aid programs and schemes in the districts. And this authority, district judge of the district is ex officio chairman. Now the next is Taluk Legal Service Committee, which is constituted for each taluk mandal or group of taluk or mandals for coordinating the activities of legal service in the taluk or to organize Lok Adalat. Every taluk legal service committee is headed by a senior civil judge operating within the jurisdiction of the committee, who is its ex officio chairman. That's all for today. Thank you.